Friends, welcome to another in our ongoing series of prayer videos. As together we consider prayer, raise up to God our concerns and celebrations, and hold our parish prayer list and others in prayer. Pastor Reed Bear here. Well, friends, as always, if you have specific prayer concerns or celebrations that you would like raised up, please email the office or give me a phone call or buttonhole me after worship. We'll be glad to add them in. Now, by way of celebrations this week, we've got some birthdays coming up. Tomorrow, Sandy Seedsma, and on the 10th, Donna Murphy and Layla Vickers. Now, as to prayer concerns, Joy in Domenico is at Cape Cod Hospital and is really struggling after a bout with an intestinal bug. Susan Cochran is having a very involved back surgery next Tuesday, the 11th, and will have a lengthy road back. So let's keep her in prayer, not only for a successful surgery, but also for peace in this time of anxiety leading up to the procedure. Well, we find ourselves today right in the middle of Holy Week, as we recall the suffering of Jesus that culminates in his crucifixion on what we call Good Friday. Too often we humans continue to persecute others, often on the basis of gender identity or sexual practice. For millennia, women have been persecuted simply because they are women. Until recent decades, lesbian, gay, and bisexual people have been widely and openly discriminated against. And while this is still far too common, laws protecting LGBTQ+ people have been enacted in this country. We remember, for instance, that it was only in 1998 that Matthew Shepard, a gay student at the University of Wyoming, was beaten, tortured, and left to die because of his orientation. Sadly, there has been a sharp rise in legislation threatening the human dignity and human rights of transgender and non-binary people in at least 30 states. Legislation that denies access to life-saving health care, participation in sports, and utilization of gender-appropriate bathrooms. Laws are being enacted that punish compassionate parents and medical teams which seek to apply gender-affirming medical care to youth and adults. And this issue is being used as a political football to cynically divide us and to advance careers. Transgender youth and adults face a higher rate of death by suicide than their peers. They're more vulnerable to violence and death. And this is not just an issue out there somewhere. It affects members of this very congregation as well. Recently, one of our couples visited their transgendered grandchild off in college, who was delighted to know that their grandparents' love had nothing to do with the pronouns they use. Two folks who are members of our church school here during my time have come out as transgender. Our statement of welcome affirms that we welcome all persons regardless of all sorts of things, and regardless of sexual or general gender orientation or identity. We affirm the dignity and worth of all persons, including those who are gender nonconforming. And so today, let us hold in prayer all who are gender nonconforming and their families as well. And now let us continue our habit of holding the members of our parish prayer list in prayer as we listen to In the Name of Love, performed by Steve Gregory. It's a song about how many people sacrificed their lives in the name of love, not of hate. If you think the lyric, "One man betrayed with a kiss," refers to Jesus, well, go to the head of the class. In the name.
One man come in the name of love. One man come and go. One man come he to justify. One man to overthrow. In the name of love. What more in the name of love? In the name of love. barbed wire fence. One man he resist. One man washed on an empty beach. One man betrayed with a kiss. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? Yeah. Woo! Early morning, April 4th, shots ring out in the Memphis sky. Free at last, they took your life, they could not take your pride. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love, what more in the name of love? What more? Hey, more in the name of love.
God bless you all, and God be with you until we meet again.